A shooting at a Southern California fire station leaves a firefighter dead and another wounded. About 10 miles away, the gunman's home burst into flames. All of this happening north of Los Angeles. Good evening, everyone. I'm Julie Hayner.
And I'm Heather Holmes, in again tonight for Frank. And we start tonight with that developing news just east of Santa Clarita. One firefighter was killed, another injured in a shooting at that Southern California fire station. And as we mentioned, the suspected gunman is a fellow firefighter. KTVU's Jana Katsuyama joins us now live with an update on this deadly attack. Jana.
Heather, another workplace shooting here in California, according to officials who gave an update late today. The suspected gunman was found dead at his home near the fire station, and authorities say they believe he set his house on fire before apparently killing himself. Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies got the call just before 11 o'clock this morning about gunshots at a small LA County Fire Department, station number 81. That's in Agua Dulce. That's about 45 miles north of Los Angeles. When deputies got to the station, they say they found one man dead. They say he was a 44-year-old firefighter engineer at that station. A second man, a 54-year-old captain, was injured. He was taken to the hospital. Investigators say the shooter was an off-duty co-worker, also a firefighter at that very same station 81. And about the time of the shooting, a big fire broke out at a house about 10 miles east of the station. Deputies say they found a body that they believe to be the suspect. It was outside the home in a pool with a gunshot wound. The fire chief spoke about the tragedy at a press conference late this afternoon.
This morning when I received the news, it was some of the worst news that I've heard in my career. And as a fire chief, I've dealt with a lot of death and a lot of fallen members of my department. And I've always prayed that we would never have a line of duty death, and never thought that if it occurred, that it would occur in this fashion.
You can see the emotion there by the fire. You can see the emotion there being felt by the fire chief as he talks about the two firefighters who were shot, one dead. Fire officials say they have not been able to go into the house or approach the body because of the fire and the danger. So they are right now at the scene in active investigation. The fire captain who was injured went through surgery, and we were told in the last update that he is in critical condition, but doctors say that he is expected to survive. The firefighter who was killed, they say, had been a veteran of the department for some 20 years.
And just a sad, sad situation. All right, Jana Katsuyama reporting for us tonight. Jana, thank you.
For more now on the situation unfolding in Southern California, Fox News' Gina Silva joins us now live in the town of Acton outside the gunman's home. So Gina, what is the latest on the investigation?
Well, let me tell you, we're in Acton, and this is the neighborhood where the suspected shooter lived, and it's the property that is behind those trees. You cannot see it, but I know that we have footage of it. And this is located about 12 miles from the fire station where the deadly shooting took place. The first call for help came at around 10:53 in the morning. There were 4 firefighters at Station 81 in Agua Dulce. That is about an hour and 20 minutes from Los Angeles. There were 4 firefighters working at the station when an off-duty firefighter from that same location, same station, came into the firehouse and opened fire. A 44-year-old firefighter specialist was shot and killed. A 54-year-old captain was also shot. He was airlifted to a nearby hospital. He underwent surgery, and we have been told that he is listed in critical but stable condition. Now, investigators say the gunman then went home after shooting his co-workers and set his house on fire. Investigators say they found the suspected gunman dead inside the pool with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Of course, the big question is why? Why would this man shoot his co-workers? And that is something that investigators are looking into. They're interviewing other firefighters and, of course, family members of all people involved. And I can tell you that firefighters here are expressing extreme sorrow and just heartache over everything that they've experienced. They say they see death all the time, but never in their own home. And it is just a tragedy that they never, ever expected in their own house.
Yeah, so no word
I'll send
yet.
it back to you guys in the studio.
So Gina, no word yet on a possible motive. He was off duty, wasn't supposed to work today. Have you talked to neighbors, people who live in the area? And if so, what are they telling you?
You know, we haven't spoken with the neighbors because we're a new crew that we just arrived at this location. There is a lot of speculation on social media, and it's taking a life on its own, but it's something that we have not been able to confirm. All we know is that it was an obvious dispute between co-workers, firefighters, and it led to a deadly shooting. And now 2 firefighters are dead, and another one is listed in critical condition, fighting for his life. Critical but stable condition. That is the latest. As soon as we get more details, we will definitely let you know. But at this time, the motive, that's the big question. Why did he do this? And
Just
we don't have an
briefly,
answer.
can you walk us through what's happening behind you now at the gunman's house? It happened earlier today around 11 o'clock. Is it still a very active crime scene? Are there a lot of law enforcement officials on scene where you are?
Yes, you can see that there is law enforcement here behind us. They're not allowing us anywhere near the property, but that property burned down to the ground. And of course, now we learned that it was burned down to the ground by the suspect himself. And it's a property that it was massive. It was beautiful, beautiful location. And firefighters at the time opted not to fight that fire and let it burn down to the ground. There was also a lot of concern that there would be explosives there. They didn't know what they were dealing with. I mean, after all, this is a person who had just killed a firefighter at a station. So they didn't know what they were dealing with at the time, and they let the house burn down, and unfortunately, that's the end of that. But again, the big question, there's so many questions, honestly, as to what led to the shooting, what was the involvement of the firefighter who lost his life, and also the captain who was also shot and is now in the hospital. So as soon as we get more details, we will bring them to you. Identities have not been revealed, and that's something that they have to wait until they notify all family members.
Yeah, and sadly, strangely similar to a situation we just had in the Bay Area last week in San Jose, where an employee went to his workplace, opened fire, and set his own home on fire. Gina Silva reporting live for us tonight in the town of Acton, near that scene of that fire station shooting today. Thanks for the update. We appreciate it.